All right, folks, what we're gonna do today is we're gonna start putting this Jeep slowly back together. As you've seen, we've been doing a Hemi. Hemi's going well. We're pretty much done. Got some small details to sort out, and we gotta start just really putting the rest of the Jeep back together. We got all of our stuff back from powder coat. We sent everything out we took out in the very original first couple videos, had it all blasted and repowder coated. So now Shane's gonna work on putting some of that back together for us. And so I'm gonna show you what we're working on today. So it doesn't matter what manufacturer you purchase from, whether it's Chinese or a good one. We prefer the good ones, just to be honest with you. You start beating their stuff against the rocks, you're gonna need new powder coat. So we've got all this Winch stuff. There's a bunch of stuff here for Eric's Jeep he's working on. I'm gonna guess all my Winch parts are down there. So we gotta put our Winch back together. All right, we'll get some footage as we go. All right, Shane's been plugging away here. He completely dissected all of the internals of this winch and completely lubed it all up, cleaned all the stuff for the motor, cleaned all the brushes, cleaned all the springs. Everything came back from powder coating. Remember how rusty that drum was? If not, go back and watch the old video. All the new end pieces are all powder coated. So now, Shane is gonna put this bad boy together while I go back to my office and continue my paperwork. It'll look like brand new. Well, minus that part. That part won't look brand new. And yeah, that's still dirty too. Okay, it'll look kind of brand new. All right, Shane, put together a winch for these people. All right, now that he's got most of the winch put together, he's gonna put the top plate on. Thread that down and get that all snuggied up. Then we're gonna bench test it to make sure everything works nice and happy before we spool up the new rope. We'll do that once it's on the vehicle, but we just wanna make sure we could bench test it, and we'll see how that works here in a minute. All right, we are pretty much assembled. We just got that hanging for the moment. We're not worried about the electronics for the moment. We want to make sure it functions. Grabbed us a battery. Survey says all right, we have a no longer rusty winch, all freshly powder coated and functional. Sweet. All right, so now we're gonna move to the back of the vehicle. I mean, we're not really doing this in any specific order. So this already had the rear fascia kit installed. We just had it repowder coated. So now we're gonna put a little bit of anti-seize in the holes and get this put back together. All right, Shane's got a bumper. It's got lights in it. Let's put it on. You need a hand?
Yeah, probably.
Here, let's give Shane a hand. All right, rear bumper is pretty easy to put back on. It's literally just a few bolts. Put a dab of anti-seize on there because, well, salt life, welcome to Michigan. Throw some bolts in. We obviously don't have the lights wired yet, but there's our nice new rigids. We're waiting on a few more of these plugs that go right here to put in all these holes, because we're not going to put our backup sensors back in it. And then there's 2 more bolts on the bottom down here on the frame on each side. Put a little dab of anti-seize. All right, rear bumper is done. We've got the fascia done. We've got sliders back on this vehicle. We've got a rebuilt winch. We're missing a bumper. Crap, we're missing the whole front end. All right, I suppose we start on this next. Set the winch plate in here. Got the holes lined up, snugged up the side bolts. Look at all that pretty new powder coat. 4 years of Michigan winters were hell on this. Shane, we ready? All right, let's do it. I'll give you a hand. Dude, you need a new hat.
Yep.
Your hat. You need a new hat. Holy hell. Do I need to give you a raise or just go get you a new hat? Oh! You shut your mouth over there. You build that Jeep. We're over here building this one. And by building, I mean...
that one too, so.
By building, I mean we're just bolting crap on. That's not really built.
Several days later.
Here, very exciting day for me. I think I'm more, maybe not more, I think I'm equally as excited for you as you are for yourself about this video and the purchase that went into it. I have not heard it in person yet, so I'm very excited. I want to drive. No, I told you, I remember actually going back now telling you that I don't want to drive it, and there's a reason why I don't want to drive it.
Because you're going to have to PayPal me more money.
You're going to have to PayPal me more money. But I definitely want to ride in it. I think it's going to remind me of like the trip in the side-by-side. I may be white-knuckling most of it.
I scared the shit out of you in the side-by-side.
Just for the first couple minutes, because mainly because I kept dropping that iPad on my nuts.
Yeah.
Every time we hit a bump at like 50 miles an hour. Anywho, so you've been driving this now for a while. I've not seen it. I've not heard it. What are your initial two weeks in thoughts? First off, are you happy that you did it?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, well, how could you not be? Honestly, it's borderline for what we do.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Oh.
It's overkill.
Absolutely.
So to put it in perspective, I own a Jeep Commander as well, and it's got the 5.7 Hemi in it. I love the power displacement of that. It's not that it's ridiculously powerful because it's in a heavy old Commander, but it's got a good amount of power to weight ratio. And honestly, I think a 5.7, if you're a wheeling rig, would be way more than enough. But I mean,
if you're going anyway.
Yeah. So that being said, I like the 6.4. On the street, you can get in a lot of trouble really quick. I can see a lot of cops issues and tickets and crap because it's easy to get, over happy about it.
Is it faster than the Miata?
Oh yeah.
Not even close.
Not even close. It'll kill the Miata.
Yes,
awesome. It'll kill the Miata.
He's got a built Miata too, so that's why.
Yeah, I got a built little Miata, but it'll smoke the hell out of that thing. It's really, really, really quick. I have to use lots of control and restraint right now because I don't want to break the rear axle.
Yeah.
It is a telltale hint that you're gonna have to stay forward. Yeah. Stay tuned because there are some more upgrades coming for this thing.
I mean, you got to be able to handle the power.
You got to be able to handle it. Yep. Got to be able to handle it. So there are some more supporting mods coming for this. It drives amazing. I mean, the power is ridiculous. It's super sweet. I mean, they do like 707 horse. They do 1,000 horse Hellcats. That's just retarded. That's just show off kind of crap. Or like if you lived out west and you want to run dunes and deserts and stuff. In my life, I don't see any applicable use for that whatsoever.
I'll say even now. So for the first few years when we went on our trips out west, before I had my JL, I had the TJ.
Yep.
You had your JL.
Yep.
And the running joke was anytime we would get off the highway to stop and get gas or a snack, Ken would floor it on the acceleration ramp to the highway, and I would get on the radio and say, hey, see you in a couple hours when we stop again, because that's about how long it took me to catch up to you with my TJ.
Yep.
And the last couple of trips have been great because we both had the same everything, right?
Yep.
Same motors, same axles, same tires, same everything. And now I can just see that joke coming back again.
You're like, hey, Bob, see you in an hour.
I think it's even going to be worse now, though.
Yeah.
Than the difference between a stock jail and the TJ
It's
one.
awesome. I love it. The fit and finish of the America's Most Wanted kit, they're amazing. Just the fit and finish is absolutely just unbelievable. They've got this kit figured right out. They really do. The support was good. We had to change a lot of stuff, as you saw in the previous videos. You know, body off. It's a lot of work. It's not a weekend chore by any means. Value though, I mean, it's there. I love this thing. It's sweet. And I was tired of having problems with the 3.6, so it was just time for me to change it up. And not only that, I mean, if you look at this Jeep, the history of it, I've had more brand lift kits than most shops would ever even sell, let alone install on their own vehicle. I've had several sets of tires and wheels. I've done different sorts of axle mods. I've done suspension mods. I've done suspension mods that were horrible and changed them back because we use this as a shop guinea pig. This thing has had so many different brands of products thrown at it, it's not even funny. And we're not done. We got more to change. And I've already got plans for next year already. Some pretty cool ones me and Bob have been talking about. So we're not done. We just kind of pick it away at a piece at a time. But a power plant was the next part of the evolution that just had to happen. I was done with the V6. They work great. They're a great motor. I just like horsepower. I like horsepower. That's why my Dodge truck is so fast. That's why my Miata's fast. I put a turbocharger in my Miata. I mean, I had to change the turbocharger in my Dodge truck. I mean, I can't leave crap alone.
That's one thing to note too. I know we talked about it like early in one of the videos. But the 3.6, you know, like you said, it's a great motor. It's
Yep.
I've not had any issues with it. But I have lost count on the number of like Facebook posts
Right?
that I have seen from people that tried to turbo or supercharge the 3.6 and have like blown it up in like 1,000 miles. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I mean, so if that's your thing, is like adding power.
Yeah, but these
You're not going to want to do it with a 3.6.
But these don't take power like the old J case. So on the J case, I have people coming all the time. I want to do a Hemi swap, blah blah blah. And LS, I'm like, listen, for a fraction of the price, we can put a Edelbrock supercharger on there and get you into the same power range. It doesn't have the initial torque of a V8 by any means, but it's significantly cheaper. Now the J case, I love the Edelbrock supercharger.
Oh, yeah, it's a whole different engine.
And when this came out, what did I tell you? I'm waiting for Edelbrock to bring out a supercharger. The problem is they raised the compression ratio
so high.
and so these do not like power adders. They don't like the turbos with supercharger. And there's a whole bunch of companies that'll sell you the crap, but they're just blowing up left and right.
Literally every day I see one on one of the Facebook jail groups.
It's horrible.
Like, you know.
Literally, they blow up left and right. Edelbrock has even said they're not releasing theirs until they can figure out what to do to change that. I'm just not even going to play games. Reliability is the name of the game for me and you.
Well, when we're out in the middle of nowhere, you don't want to worry about blowing an engine.
I don't just tool around town and go hit some local trails. We leave, and none of that. We're looking at trips to other countries. Like, we're actually starting to plan trips to other countries and stuff. I need reliability. I need to be able to walk into a Dodge dealership and say, oh, I need an ignition coil, or I need this, or I need a throttle body. Like, I can walk into any Dodge dealership, and this is the same motor that they're selling there. I can go buy parts for. So I didn't want to get crazy exotic on the engine. Again, their sales and support over there was just awesome. They know their product. Install was, for us, I want to say not a big deal, but it's a major
It's a major thing.
Oh, it's a major.
It's not something you're going to do by yourself in your garage in a weekend, as you said, right?
No, not in a weekend. I'm not saying you can't do it in your garage. There's a lot of dudes that do Hemi swaps in their garage, but it's not going to be a weekend
Not
job.
a weekend job.
No.
Absolutely.
We had to do, we had to change drive shafts. We had to get them lengthened or no, shortened. Hell, I don't remember. We had to change drive shaft lengths and stuff. So we had to send them out and get them all cut and balanced and stuff. You want to hear it run?
Yeah, I do.
You want to go for a ride?
Absolutely, I do.
Then why are you waiting?
Well, you were talking. I didn't want to be rude and interrupt you.
You're always rude, though.
Well, not on camera. It's cold start time. That is stupid. That's super awesome, but why do you have such little tires? Oh. That was just a little baby. That's just a little baby pull there. Ken, did you ever think in any one of the Jeeps that you would have ever owned that you could break the tires loose into second gear on 37s?
It'll break them loose even further.
That's insane. That is insane.
It'll break them loose even further. It's a hell of a combination. But again, like I said,
when you're just driving it normally though, it's quiet.
Just cruises. Can't even barely hear the exhaust.
It is phenomenal.
Yep. But you have to use an ounce of restraint at the moment because I'm worried about blowing up axles.
Well, yeah. You're like in just an ounce of restraint.
That's like quarter throttle. That's just cruise. So, about what do you think?
Well, my initial impressions are, holy shit! Like that's amazing. I still stand by what I said. I don't know that I want to drive it because that's just like it's gonna build to something that I don't know that I want.
Come on, boo. We're gonna have to do.
But listen. So this is what we were just talking about off camera. I'm like I've never been one to like drive fast. Like I don't really care. You know, I drive Jeeps. They've never been quick. That's fine. The only time where I was like, I could totally see why a V8 would be nice was when we were coming back last year from Moab, and we were like near Denver or whatever, going up the interstate. My little 3.6, I was turning about 6,000 RPMs in like third gear just to hold 45 and semis were passing.
So that's basically what led me to this.
Yeah.
So never have I been off-road because of the way I drive. I've never been in an off-road situation to go, if I'd have had more horsepower, I would have made that climb. I could have got through those rocks.
No.
I've never had that problem. I mean, hell, I spent the majority of my whole wheeling career with a 4-liter straight 6. So off-road, I've never had a problem, but I'm so sick and tired of coming back through the mountains whenever we go out west, or even when I go through the mountains to go down to Rusty's or go down to Florida or something, and just struggling. Yeah. And I'm sick and tired of getting passed by semis, and that's retarded. If I wanted that, I'd drive my motorhome. My motorhome keeps up better. It's a 36-foot Class A motorhome, and it cruises down the highway better. So on the way back from our Utah trip, I killed the motor in my Jeep. You know that.
I do.
Now they all know that.
Yep.
Lubrication issue, wiped out camshafts, put metal through the whole thing. Chrysler warranted it, Stellantis, Jeep. I don't know who the hell they are anymore.
The Italians.
Yeah. They warranted it. They put me in a brand new motor, which is awesome. 0 questions asked. They didn't give me any crap. So I got a brand new motor out of the deal. I drove it 7 miles back to the shop, and we tore it up and put a Hemi in.
Well, but, I mean, while you were going through that whole thing, you're like, I'm going to get a free motor because it's under warranty, but I don't want it.
Nope.
That's all you kept saying. It's like, I don't want that same freaking motor.
I don't even want it. And I got a customer of mine that he's got a head gasket issue in his. He's got 70,000 miles on it. So he bought the motor for me. He's like, well, I'll just buy your motor. I'm like, sold.
7 miles, it's brand new.
Yep, so I already got the motor sold. It's already done deal. So that's what led me to this, is I wanted more on-road driving. I don't care about off-road. I mean, every place we've been, I've never gone, damn, more horsepower and I could have done that.
No.
It's usually like, I don't want to destroy my vehicle, I'm not going in there. Well, otherwise, we've got 4-low, we've got lockers, we've got all the goodies, we've got killer suspension, killer tires, everything. Our Jeeps are pretty much going to do what they're going to do. And I'm not doing this to make it more capable or to make it go do more things. I just want to drive down the highway and
maintain the speed limit and not get passed by semis going uphill.
Yeah, basically. I'll just hook a strap to you and drag you up the mountain.
you're gonna have to.
Throw it neutral. I got you, boo.
You're gonna have to now. That's exactly what it's gonna be. So yeah. Anyways,
what kind of horsepower? It's 505. We can split it between.
We can split two, and we still have more than my 3.6.
Yeah, there you go.
Just kidding. Not really though.
So, got this done. Drove. It's pretty sweet. What do you think?
It was as awesome as I thought it was gonna be. Honestly.
Yep.
And I was going to say the one thing that I always like am concerned about, like, you know, when we talk about exhaust or motor swaps, whatever, is just like the droning and the loud, whatever. This is not loud unless you get on it, and it's so rowdy and awesome when you're on it. Like I don't know that this would be good for me because I would be in it all the time, and it would get about 6 miles to the gallon, and I would probably burn through tires like, I don't know, every year, maybe? Every 6 months.
So what? It's about smiles per gallon, not
Dude,
miles per
it
gallon.
is awesome. Highly recommend. Highly recommend.
Yeah, if you want to have a swap, get a hold of us here at the shop. We can take care of it for you. Next on this, we got some just piddly stuff to finish up. So piddly, I'm not going to bother listing them all off. I got to charge the AC still. I gotta go through and just double check everything, nut bolt check, all that kind of crap. And then
Some more fun stuff.
we got some really super fun, cool mods coming. So just because the Hemi's done doesn't mean we're done. You gotta stay tuned.
Gotta
Because
subscribe, follow along.
yeah, all that crap. Because we got some cool videos going for this.
Very cool stuff.
Actually, I'm as excited about that as I am with the Hemi.
I mean, I don't know how you couldn't be, if
Yep.
I'm honest. So, all
And
right.
then I got a really fun thing planned for in the fall or winter. We'll see if we get to it this winter.
Is it what we're
Can't tell
talking
you.
about, or is it something different?
We talk about a lot of things,
Well, that's good.
but we're not telling them. See you guys next week.